As we head into the holiday season, the air is filled with excitement and anticipation. Streets are decorated with twinkling lights and families are making plans to gather and celebrate. But while we're busy preparing for festivities, it's important to keep an eye on the skies, because this year, winter is shaping up to be anything but ordinary. Mother Nature is gearing up for a wild stretch of winter weather across much of the United States. Meteorologists are already tracking a series of powerful systems that could bring a mix of challenging conditions, from heavy snow to icy rain and even the threat of severe storms in some regions. From late November into early December, expect a dynamic pattern, one that will keep weather watchers on their toes. The atmosphere is setting up for rapid changes, with temperatures swinging and precipitation types shifting from rain to snow and back again in a matter of hours in some places. We're talking about heavy rain drenching city streets, thunderstorms rumbling through areas unaccustomed to winter lightning, and significant, travel-snarling snowfalls that could blanket highways and neighborhoods alike. For travelers, this means extra caution is needed, as road conditions could deteriorate quickly. A deep trough in the jet stream will plunge south, letting Arctic air spill into the U.S. This cold air mass will interact with warmer, moisture-laden air from the south, creating the perfect recipe for intense winter storms. The jet stream's position will be a key player, steering storm systems and determining which areas see snow, ice, or rain. This setup will lead to a dramatic clash of air masses, with sharp temperature contrasts fueling the development of powerful weather systems. In some regions, you might wake up to fog and mild temperatures, only to see snow falling by afternoon as the front pushes through. This volatile setup will drive at least two major storm systems, each with the potential to disrupt travel, impact holiday plans, and bring hazardous conditions to millions. These storms are expected to be widespread, affecting both urban centers and rural communities. The first system is forecast to arrive around November 25th, just as many people are preparing for Thanksgiving travel. This could mean slippery roads, flight delays, and the need for extra time and patience as you make your way to gatherings. And another, potentially larger storm is on the horizon as we close out the month. This second system could bring even more significant impacts, with the possibility of heavy snow accumulations, strong winds, and widespread disruptions. Whether you're facing drenching rain that soaks city streets and swells rivers, or digging out from snow that piles up overnight and leaves cars and sidewalks buried, everyone will need to be prepared for rapidly changing conditions. This is a forecast you'll want to follow closely. Stay tuned to local weather updates, check your favorite weather apps, and make sure you have an emergency kit ready, just in case. So, grab your hot cocoa, settle in somewhere warm, and let's break down what's coming. The next few weeks promise to be a wild ride, and we'll be here to guide you through every twist and turn of the winter weather ahead. The jet stream is the main driver here, a high-altitude river of air that snakes its way around the globe, thousands of miles long and hundreds of miles wide. It's not just a single stream, but a complex system of fast-moving winds that flow from west to east, high above the surface of the Earth. These winds can reach speeds of over 200 miles per hour, shaping the weather patterns we experience every day. The jet stream acts like a boundary, separating cold polar air from warmer air to the south, and its position and strength can change rapidly, setting the stage for dramatic shifts in our weather. Right now, the jet stream is about to take a deep dive south, creating a pronounced dip known as a trough. This isn't just a minor wiggle, it's a major shift that will have far-reaching effects across the continent. When the jet stream plunges like this, it opens the door for dramatic changes in temperature and weather. This amplified dip will unleash a surge of frigid Canadian air deep into the heartland of the United States. Imagine a wall of cold, dense air pushing southward, replacing the milder conditions that many have been enjoying. This cold front doesn't just bring a chill, it can transform rain into snow, freeze roads overnight, and send temperatures plummeting in a matter of hours. At the same time, warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico is surging northward, riding up and over the advancing cold front. This collision of air masses creates a volatile mix, warmth and humidity meeting cold and dry air, setting the stage for intense weather events. The contrast between these two air masses is like fuel for the atmosphere, powering up storms and wild temperature swings. The result? A sharp temperature battleground stretching across the country, where the clash of warm and cold air can spark powerful storms, heavy precipitation, and even severe weather outbreaks. In some areas, you might see rain quickly change to snow, or experience wild swings in temperature within just a few hours. This is the kind of setup that meteorologists watch closely, because it can lead to rapidly changing and sometimes dangerous conditions. One day could feel like spring, with sunshine and mild breezes, and the very next could bring the deep chill of winter, with temperatures dropping 30 degrees or more almost overnight. These rapid changes can catch people off guard, so it's important to stay alert and be prepared for anything, from sudden snow squalls to icy roads and freezing rain. This setup can trigger flash freezes, where wet roads suddenly turn to ice, and hazardous conditions that make travel dangerous. Emergency crews are already preparing for the possibility of accidents and power outages. If you're planning to be on the road, keep an eye on the forecast and be ready for rapid changes in weather and driving conditions. The atmosphere is primed for a major clash, impacting most of the country east of the Rockies. From the Great Plains to the East Coast, millions of people will feel the effects of this dramatic weather pattern. Whether it's snow, rain, wind, or wild temperature swings, this is a system that will touch nearly every community in its path. As November turns to December, this temperature battle will define our weather, marking the true arrival of winter for many. Stay tuned, stay prepared, and watch as the jet stream continues to shape the story of our changing seasons. The first storm system arrives November 24th to 27th, forming over the plains and tracking toward the upper Midwest. Its path will decide who gets rain, snow, or wind. Southern and eastern areas, think Arkansas to the Tennessee Valley, should expect heavy rain and possible flooding. As the storm moves northeast, a cold front will sweep in, bringing rain to the Ohio Valley and East Coast midweek. On the storm's cold side, snow will fall across the Dakotas and Minnesota, likely the first significant snowfall of the season there. While not a blizzard, it will disrupt travel and signal that winter has arrived. This is just the opening act. Let's break down the impacts. Southern states face heavy rain and possible thunderstorms. Watch for flash flooding. In the transition zone, cities like Minneapolis may see rain change to snow Tuesday into Wednesday, with accumulations depending on timing. The core snow area, northern Dakotas, Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, could see 2 to 3 inches, with local spots up to 6 inches. For the East Coast, this system brings rain and a sharp cool down, but no snow. Expect a messy Wednesday morning commute in the upper Midwest. For the East, it's a classic autumn storm. For the Midwest, a true winter wake-up call. Stay alert for local updates. After the first storm exits, a sharp cold blast sweeps in for Thanksgiving and Friday. Expect a dramatic temperature drop. Highs in the 50s and 60s will plunge to 30s and 40s, with lows in the 20s and 30s as far south as Tennessee. A brisk northwest wind will make it feel even colder. This cold air will linger, setting the stage for the next storm. The chill ensures plenty of cold air for snow and ice when the next system arrives. This isn't just an ending, it's the setup for what's next. Winter is here to stay. As Arctic air sweeps over the still warm Great Lakes, the lake effect snow machine kicks into high gear. From Thursday onward, expect intense snow bands downwind of the lakes, sometimes 2 to 3 inches per hour. Snowbelt regions in Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York could see a foot or more in favored spots. Travel will be hazardous in these narrow bands, with near-zero visibility and rapidly changing conditions. Lake Superior's Upper Peninsula could see the heaviest totals. If you're in these areas, be prepared for sudden whiteouts and treacherous roads. This is classic Great Lakes winter, driven by that post-storm cold. Stay weather aware if you're traveling. As we recover from the first storm, models point to a much larger winter storm developing November 29th, December 2nd. A deep trough will dig into the west, bringing heavy mountain snow, possibly 1 to 2 feet in the Cascades and Rockies. As the system moves east, lingering cold air and Gulf moisture will fuel a powerful sprawling storm. Both American and European models agree, a major event is likely, with severe weather in the warm sector and heavy snow and ice in the cold sector. The exact track is uncertain, but impacts could stretch from the Rockies to the East Coast. This could be the biggest weather story as December begins. A powerful and complex winter storm system is set to sweep across the United States, bringing a dramatic mix of weather hazards. This major storm will be divided into 3 distinct zones, each with its own set of challenges and dangers. In the southern part of the country, Residents should brace for severe thunderstorms, torrential downpours, and the risk of flash flooding. These storms could bring intense lightning, strong winds, and even the possibility of tornadoes, making it crucial for communities to stay alert and prepared. Meanwhile, to the north, a different story unfolds. Here, the cold air will dominate, leading to heavy snow accumulations that could blanket cities and rural areas alike. Snowfall totals may reach impressive amounts, making travel hazardous and potentially causing disruptions to daily life. Plows and salt trucks will be working overtime as residents dig out from what could be the first major snow event of the season. Sandwiched between these two extremes is a narrow but dangerous ice corridor. In this transition zone, temperatures will hover right around freezing, creating the perfect conditions for freezing rain and sleet. Roads and sidewalks could quickly become coated in a slick layer of ice, making travel treacherous and increasing the risk of accidents. Power lines and trees may also be weighed down by accumulating ice, leading to outages and property damage. The warm sector of the storm, stretching from Texas through the Tennessee Valley, is expected to experience the most volatile weather. Here, the clash of warm, moist air with the advancing cold front will fuel powerful thunderstorms. These storms could produce damaging winds capable of knocking down trees and power lines, large hail, and isolated tornadoes. Flash flooding is also a concern, especially in low-lying areas and places where the ground is already saturated. In contrast, the cold sector, spanning from the Mountain West to the upper Midwest, will be buried under a blanket of snow. Some areas could see more than a foot of accumulation, with blizzard conditions possible as strong winds whip the snow into drifts. This could lead to road closures, flight cancellations, and dangerous conditions for anyone caught outside. The transition zone, including parts of Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, and Illinois, faces a particularly hazardous threat from freezing rain and ice. Even a thin glaze can make roads impassable and sidewalks perilous. Utility crews are already preparing for the possibility of widespread power outages as ice accumulates on power lines and tree branches, increasing the risk of breakage and outages. Timing is everything with this storm. Forecast models indicate that the first wave will arrive just after Thanksgiving, potentially disrupting holiday travel plans and gatherings. As families gather around the table, they may be watching the weather closely, with snow and ice moving into the Great Lakes and Northeast regions. And this may not be the end. Another round of wintry weather is possible in early December, bringing additional snow to areas already hit hard. Meteorologists are closely monitoring the situation, and both of the major weather models are in agreement. A high-impact winter storm is on the way. The consistency between models adds confidence to the forecast, and experts are urging people in the affected regions to make preparations now. Stock up on essentials, check your emergency kits, and have a plan in place in case you lose power or need to change travel plans. While the exact track and intensity of the storm will become clearer in the coming days, forecasters are confident that a significant weather event is about to unfold. The details, such as which areas will see the heaviest snow, the most dangerous ice, or the strongest storms, will be refined as new data comes in. But the message is clear: this is a storm to take seriously. Stay tuned for frequent updates as meteorologists track the storm's progress and provide the latest information on timing, impacts, and safety tips. As the situation evolves, being informed and prepared will be key to staying safe during this major winter weather event. The end of November and start of December will be active and impactful for much of the country. From rain and snow to a sharp cold blast, lake effect snow, and a potential major winter storm, there's a lot to prepare for. Now's the time to check your winter emergency kits, stock up on essentials, and download a reliable weather app. Stay tuned to local forecasts for the most accurate, up-to-date information. Heed warnings from emergency officials and avoid unnecessary travel in dangerous conditions. We'll keep you updated as these systems develop. Stay safe, stay weather aware, and get ready for a true taste of winter. That's your latest forecast.